Welcome back to our continuing coverage of Big South Media Day. I am Mike Pacheco, Dave Friedman alongside, and we are glad to be joined by the Commissioner of the Big South Conference, Kyle Kallander. I know, Kyle, this is always a great day for you because we get to talk about Big South basketball.
Yeah, it really is. Basketball is so important to the Big South Conference, and you know, you go all year long, and you know, it seems like it's so far away. Then all of a sudden, it jumps up and bites you, and here we go. So we're excited. Before you know it, we'll be into the games. We'll be into conference play in no time, and we expect to have an unbelievably exciting season this year with so many good teams and good players coming back.
Well, I know the conference has made a big emphasis over the last couple of years to really make sure that men's and women's basketball are able to compete at the level that you want them to be. How successful, how happy are you with that effort so far?
Well, really pleased with the way we're trending. You know, we think it's really in a positive direction. This is the third year of our strategic plan where we've really taken basketball and elevated it. We've prioritized it. We set minimum standards in place in terms of the support that we're giving to basketball, both men and women. And with Winthrop being a 13 seed last year, we think that was an example of a real positive trend, again, of the direction we're going. We're hopeful that we're going to even do better than that moving forward, and that's our goal. Our goal is to get the best seed we can in the NCAA National Championships and to be successful at that level.
What are the things from this point forward you can do to ensure the league stays out of the play-in game and continues to get that 14, 13, 12 type seed?
Well, again, part of our standards are to have our budgets at a level that are close to what our benchmark conferences look like. So we look at conferences like the Colonial, like the Horizon League, those that have had success nationally in basketball. We compare ourselves to those conferences financially. We compare them in regards to our coaching staffs, our support staffs. We compare in terms of our scheduling, which is really important. Scheduling is a part of those minimum standards, that we're playing Division I opponents, we're playing good Division I opponents. And part of that also is individual from an institutional standpoint. So if you're Winthrop and you know you're going to have a good team coming back and you're challenging for the conference championship, you want to play a schedule that's representative of that quality of play that you're expecting to have, and that you're going to have some quality wins along the way. Because once you get in front of that committee, then they're going to look at your non-conference schedule, and they're going to look at who you beat as well. So scheduling is a huge part of that. You know, we look at facilities. We're talking about, you know, across the league, how are our facilities, how can we improve those facilities, and even to the point where how can we expand our facilities so that, you know, we're attractive to recruits, because that's really what it comes down to. It's coaches and facilities and their budget and scholarships to be able to attract quality student athletes to come into the league.
The biggest stories around the league off the court over the last 6 or 12 months have involved Liberty. They hired an athletic director who has a little bit of a checkered past, and then the football team moving up a level, and it was unclear to the outsider whether they would even remain in the Big South Conference. Can you address kind of everything going in around Liberty and how you guys came to the decision to keep them in the league?
Well, number one, Ian McCaw's a great guy. He's really stepped in and done an outstanding job. I think at Liberty, outstanding job with our athletics directors. So have a lot of respect for the job he's doing and how he's contributed to the Big South Conference. Secondly, our challenge was with Liberty moving their football to FBS, they were in violation of conference bylaws. So that led to the conversation, okay, how do we deal with that? Do we change the bylaw? Does Liberty leave? Is there some other solution to that? How are we going to handle that? You know, Liberty's been a long-standing member of the conference, and our presidents weren't interested in just showing them the door because they're in violation of a bylaw. So we got to a point where we thought was a comfortable solution where everybody was pleased that Liberty will remain a full member for the next 2 years, this year and next year. They'll transition to an associate member status in all sports that they play and we sponsor other than football. So that kind of avoids the bylaw issue and it helps them to remain in the league. Because bottom line, we didn't want their student athletes to be homeless. You know, they need the opportunities to participate. They need the opportunities to be successful, to be recognized, and to try to compete for conference championships.
Is there a financial component to them remaining in the league?
There's no financial component to them staying. They're not buying their way into the league, if that's the question. There are penalties. There are liquidated damages for early departure, as there is with any conference and any of our current members as well.
Conference tournaments are always the stepping stone to NCAA play for the winner. last year went back to the kind of the older format, if you will. A lot of Winthrop fans will remember when the higher seed would have the men's draw. And of course, the women's tournament, it's always seemed like that the coaches have always liked the format of everybody coming together. How was that coming back to that last year?
Well, look at the crowds we had at Winthrop, right? I mean, we think it was very successful. You know, it's been a debate that we've had back and where, like you say, we used to have it, then we went away from it, came back, and that, you know, people change in the conference, coaches change, athletics directors change, presidents change, and so, you know, there's different perspective. You guys are the constant. You know, I really like this format that we have on the men's side because it rewards the regular season. You know, if you have a good regular season, you got a chance to host, and what a better, you know, reward that is. It really drives the interest in the regular season. Now you really have something to play for. It's not just what color your jersey is going to be. You got a chance to host all the way through, it generates the attendance and the atmosphere that you like to have at your conference championship. Great crowds last year at Winthrop. And by the way, our TV partner ESPN loves big crowds for the men's championship game on ESPN, sure. So that helps. But bottom line, it's getting back to what we were talking about earlier: success in the national championship. There's the better chance that you're going to be well represented in the NCAAs. You're going to get the best seed possible, best matchup possible, so that you can try to have some success. We all remember back when Winthrop beat Notre Dame, and people are still talking about it. So that's the kind of buzz, that's kind of image and reputation that you want your conference to have.
Well, good luck this season, and we appreciate you spending a few minutes with us.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for being here.
All right, Kyle Kallander joining us, Big South Conference Commissioner. We have more to come here from Media Day.